Now, hello and welcome. You're listening to Syllabus of Secrets. I am Anna,
And I'm Sion.
born from hours of shared conversation between two best friends. This podcast is our way of building a wholesome, inspiring space for anyone who loves to learn.
Together, we trace the grand timelines of human history and explore the brilliant cutting edge news coming out of the world of science.
Now, think of it as a breath of fresh air for your mind. Gracious, clean, and endlessly curious. So settle in, relax, and let's discover today's secrets together.
And from the extreme deadline filled workload,
This is your friendly break. This is SOS. Now,
SOS.
now, today we are switching gears from our usual hard facts and science to dive into some chilling movie lore.
But before we begin, a vital airtight disclaimer is needed. This entire episode is strictly for creative commentary, review, and entertainment purpose only.
So, while we usually cover real world cases, please remember that today's stories are 100% fictional narratives.
We hold immense respect for all global cultures, regions, histories, and spiritual beliefs. Our discussion today is purely about on screen cinematic elements with absolute no intent to misrepresent or offend or criticize any real world community culture or tradition.
And now, for perhaps the most important announcement of all, a massive spoiler alert is officially in effect.
And when we say spoilers, we mean spoilers. If you are somehow managed to avoid these movies for years and plan on actually watching them completely blind without any kind of information beforehand, this is your official warning.
And also, these are simply our casual personal opinions as viewers. They are not definitive film critiques and they are not professional reviews. And they are definitely not invitations to start cinematic wars. Please, no.
So, to all the hardcore movie fans and cinephiles out there, no cinematic wars, please. We come in absolute peace.
In peace. So please lower your pitchforks.
And your IMDb ratings.
And you're actually, according to the director's interview from 2014 arguments, we are not getting into that.
Think of this as an episode with just two friendly friends sitting down, discussing some stories that manage to terrify, fascinate, or emotionally damage us just a little bit.
Or a lot, depending on the movie.
Exactly. So grab your headphones or earpods
And get comfortable, relax,
and maybe don't turn off the lights for this one.
because today we are stepping into a world where fiction often feels disturbingly real.
A world where hidden details become theories
And theories become legends.
and legends continue long after even the credits roll down.
And we'll talk about the stories behind these films, the hidden symbolism, the unsettling lore, and the fan theories, and the moments that stayed with us, long with us after the screen went blank.
Because sometimes the scariest part of a movie isn't the jump scare itself, it is the thought that follow afterwards, like that one quietly asks, what if? What is it?
And what if the villain wasn't really the villain?
What if that background detail wasn't accidental?
And what if the movie was trying to tell us something that we completely missed?
And what if the real horror begins only after the credits end?
Exactly. So, whether you're a casual viewer
A horror enthusiast?
or lore detective,
Or someone who simply enjoys overthinking and movies at 2 in the morning?
welcome, you're in the right place.
So let's dive in then.
Obviously, for sure.
Okay, so to begin with, Anna, alright, get ready for this. We usually stick to hard facts as we have already told, but the story I have today is an absolute psychological mind game. It is styled entirely like a lost, recovered piece of footage that
Okay.
completely blurs the line between fiction and reality, building a level of suspense that will honestly leave you questioning everything. The massive 2022 hit from the land of Taiwan is called Incantation. Are you ready for this?
I am already excited. Go for it.
Okay, so let's go for the characters.
Mhm.
Character wise, this story keeps everything incredibly tight and focused.
Mhm.
As coming from India, we Bollywood watchers have an extensive line of characters and star cast always, but this is
Yes.
quite the opposite. Our protagonist is a loving mother named Lee Ronan,
Okay.
who is desperately trying to protect her younger daughter,
Hmm.
Dodo,
Hmm.
the completely innocent target of the danger. The true antagonist isn't a person at all, but rather a dark, ancient, and entirely fictional narrative entity. Yeah,
Wow.
it's a purely cinematic force tied to a forbidden ritual that the mother accidentally disrupted years ago, making the psychological stakes between mother and child absolutely creeping. Now, I want some opinions rolling in.
Already you've had me intrigued. Like, I actually want to know what's happening more in the story. I'm already hooked onto it.
So, the story unfolds like a
Hmm.
captivating step by step puzzle, brilliantly shifting between a reckless past and a deeply psychological present. Now
Hmm.
let's flash back to past. 6
Okay.
years ago, the mother, Ronan, and her friends ran a media channel debunking urban legends. Yeah, like us.
Mm-hmm.
They were like us. Driven by internet fame, they broke into a strictly forbidden underground tunnel to film a private clan's secret ritual. What
Okay.
would you do, Anna? If we were like getting some huge amount of fame for doing a specific case that is very controversial or difficult in nature, what would you do?
See, basically, if it was us, firstly, I would suggest that to see all the risk factors included. I mean, considering both of us are adventurous, we would get into it. But then, like a horror movie ki shuru, like every time a horror movie starts with when like this risky take you do. So why to get yourself into it? Then the adventure, then all of
Yeah,
that starts. So let's all
true,
be
true,
peace.
true. Yeah. So they went to like record and debunk the whole secret clans ritual and everything.
Mhm.
By accident, they disrupted a sacred seal. They unleashed an unseen fictional entity. Ronan's friend met tragic ends, almost all of them,
Hmm.
and on camera. And though she survived, the immense trauma left her totally hospitalized,
Mhm.
costing her the custody of her newborn daughter, Dodo.
Okay. Huh.
Now, years later, Ronan recovers
Hmm.
and brings Dodo back to home for starting everything fresh. But the moment they reunite, intense paranoia sets in. In the cinematic haunting escalates. Strange shadows appear, and Dodo begins conversing with an invisible presence before falling mysteriously ill.
Okay.
The plot brilliantly plays one thing that with a massive psychological question, is there a really a threat coming over? Or is it some past trauma completely unraveling a mother's mind?
Yeah.
Desperate to protect her child. Like, obviously, we know. But the question is very confusing too.
Yeah.
Ronan films a video, again, pleading for help, teaching the audience a specific chant that can supposedly protect Dodo.
Okay.
What would you do if you came across a video where a mother is pleading for her daughter's safety and is asking others to do some kind of chant or something? What would you do?
First of all, I would genuinely hope everything should be fine and well. But secondly, see the thing is, personal opinion, I do not usually believe in many superstitious belief. But then if it is in terms of someone's life, I think I might consider, but then I don't usually believe in the
True,
superstitions.
true, true, true. For many people, this might be like people might think just a random ritual. If it
Hmm.
can help a child,
Hmm.
they would do it.
Hmm.
Because on many legal and common sense terms, they are not doing anything bad or harmful to anyone,
Exactly.
so
Hmm.
they would do it,
Yeah.
and that would be fine.
Yeah.
Then comes the ultimate psychological twist. Ronan has weaponized the audience, our empathy.
Hmm.
Within the movie's lore, the curse thrives on attention.
Hmm.
So, meaning she broke the fourth wall and she tricked us, the
Okay.
audience, into watching so we could share the burden, diluting the threat on her own daughter.
Oh
So
my.
basically, the whole thing is spreading the fictional entity's curse into the whole audience, and while the time they realize they might have done the whole ritual and thing already.
Okay. Uh-huh.
So that is the psychological question. It's not more about the jump scares. It's about how, as a regular, normal audience, you fall into the footage, you fall into something by just being empathetic and helping, and then you realize that okay, it is just diluting the curse and getting some part of that on you because the entity is thriving on immense attention.
Very true. Mhm.
So now that was the psychological thriller and trap of the movie Incantation, not your regular horror with multiple jump scares and screams and shoutings. It turns the audience into the plot. Anyone watching becomes kind of the part of the whole thing.
Yes.
But now let's see what kind of chilling story Anna has lined up for us. Over to you.
Yes. Thank you so much. One thing I can tell my co-host Yon over here. I don't know how does she brings up this awesome movies. Like, see, we have heard about these movie titles, but then the way of explaining, right? Like when you explain a story to someone, you should be able to imagine it. And I was actually like an audience, like I was put over there and I could see that entire scene happening right in front of me. I felt like that. You actually
My
sent
pleasure.
chills down my
My
spine.
pleasure.
You genuinely said that. So
My
coming back
pleasure.
to mine, you're most welcome. Now, Sion, imagine finishing a horror movie. The credits roll, you switch on all the lights, you drink some water, and you convince yourself that everything is okay. And then, for absolutely no reason, you suddenly become very aware of your shoulders. Okay. Somehow, 20 years later, people who have watched this movie still do exactly that. Because today we are talking about Shutter. Shutter is a 2004 Thai horror movie. And honestly, I think this might be one of the most underrated movies ever made. Not because people don't know it, but many hardcore horror fans absolutely adore it. But because when we talk about iconic horror movies, a few names come up like maybe The Conjuring, The Grudge, The Hereditary. These are very common titles that come to our mind. But somehow Shutter quietly sits in the corner, terrifying people without demanding attention. And that's exactly how this movie works. It doesn't scream at you, it doesn't overwhelm you, it slowly just enters your head and just stays there. Now, before I even talk about the story, here's something important. This movie is not scary because of ghosts, and that is what makes it even more brilliant. Because at its core, Shutter is a movie about guilt, the kind of guilt you cannot run from. I know I have already put you on the hook. Now, I want to know your views. Till now, what you feel? What can this movie be about?
Okay. First thing, I would also like to tell all our audience also the cases we are discussing, she had no idea about incantation. I have no idea about Shutter.
Hmm.
And this is my first time listening about it.
Mm-hmm.
So, Conjuring and Grudge and stuff, we know how
Hmm.
those works. Brilliant
Yes.
franchise, brilliant work.
Hmm.
But you are saying this is a horror movie, but the main core theme of like thing is guilt.
Yes.
And then you mentioned weight on shoulders.
Yes.
Like, what happened? Did the audience get injured or what?
You will get to know as the story progresses. That is the main hook part of it. So, the story follows Tun, a young photographer, and his girlfriend Jane. So, one night while driving home after a party, they accidentally hit a woman standing in the middle of the deserted road. And instead of helping her, they panic and they drive away. And honestly, that one decision had changed everything. Because from that moment onward, reality slowly begins to unravel. Toon starts noticing strange white figures appearing in his photographs. Very distorted faces, like small, blurry silhouettes. Shadows standing where nobody would be standing. And that's where this movie does something genius. It weaponizes photography. Now think about it. Photographs are supposed to preserve memories. They're supposed to be freezing beautiful moments that we can look after later on. But Shutter completely flips that idea upside down. Photographs here rather become evidence. Evidence that the past never truly disappears. And honestly, I can say after watching this movie, I don't think so you will ever look at photographs the same way again. Because suddenly you stop looking at the people in the picture, you start scanning the backgrounds, the corners, the shadows, looking for something that shouldn't be there. And that's the terrified part. And honestly, I think that is one of the biggest compliments this horror movie can receive. Because if a movie changes the way you look at something, a very ordinary thing, it has done its job. Because horror works best when it invades real life. And Shutter does that beautifully. And that's very common, I can say. Usually in Asian horror, what I've noticed, the camera lingers, the room stays quiet, nothing happens. And somehow that becomes 10 times more scarier because your brain starts doing that work. Your imagination fills the gap. Now, slowly like that, Jane becomes investigating, the girlfriend of Tun, and she discovers something horrifying. The ghost that's haunting them isn't something random. She isn't an ancient spirit or a demon. She is Nathre. Now, Nathre, she was a former college classmate of Tun. And what we discover next completely changes the movie because Tun and his friends weren't innocent at all. Years ago, they assaulted and humiliated her, ignored her suffering, and ultimately pushed her towards a tragic end. And suddenly, this is where the entire plot twist happens. Because now we are no longer watching somebody escape a ghost. And honestly, that's far more scarier. Because you can't blame your bad luck over here. You cannot say, oh, wrong place, wrong time. No, the horror is human. And I genuinely think that's where Shutter has aged so well because beneath all that supernatural elements is asking a very comfortable question, uncomfortable question that what happens when guilt refuses to leave? Not emotionally, but physically. Because now we need to talk about perhaps one of the greatest endings in horror history. And yes, I'm talking about the shoulders. Now, throughout the movie, Tun constantly explains and complains about his neck pain over here. Like he's having these headaches, back pain, and is exhausted all the time. He even notices something strange that suddenly he has been losing weight, but somehow he feels heavier. And throughout the entire movie, the audience just accepts it. Ki, हाँ, might be hard work, with photography, might be feeling the pain. Now, we're all too distracted by the ghost, by the photographs, and by the mystery. And then comes the final reveal. And honestly, this is one of the main pieces of foreshadowing that I've ever seen. Now, Natre wasn't following Tut. She wasn't hiding in his house and she wasn't standing behind him. She had been sitting on his shoulders the entire time in the due course of the
Oh
movie.
my god.
The entire time, Natre was sitting on
For
Tut's shoulders.
years,
Yes, all throughout.
I have goosebumps right now. In middle
Yes,
of the summer, in this extreme heat,
yes.
I have goosebumps.
Now,
Oh
now
my
this is where it
god.
gets even more traumatizing. Okay. Now, when we see the final photographs that he has ever clicked, okay, we can see Tung sitting silently and Natre perched on his shoulders, watching him never leaving. And suddenly, every single scene comes into peace. Why was he having the headaches? Why the exhaustion and why the heaviness? Everything.
True.
And honestly, I don't think I will look at neck pain ever the same way since I've seen this movie. And
Yeah.
the most, I would say, question that it answers, that till now what you have felt, how has the movie been?
It changed a lot from having random neck pains, like from the starting only you said like the shoulders pain and everything. So like one would think kuch to hua hai, like some
Mhm.
medical issue, get the doctor, do something. Then there
Exactly.
is also the factor about guilt. Like they had crashed into someone, the
Yes.
main character and his girlfriend, and they passed on because they were too panicked. They
Correct.
didn't know what to do.
Mhm.
And also another, like this main character is not completely a good person.
Mhm.
He and his friends had committed a crime.
Correct.
So that guilt is also there. So
Mhm.
now the ghost is just a pitiful woman who passed away.
Very true. And I feel like the reason why this movie still holds up, imagine 2004 and today it's current 2026. I think the movie has been able to stay in the light because it's not loud, it's not violent, and not because it's filled out with jump scares, but because it quietly plants an idea inside your head that every action has a consequence and some consequences never leave, even when you desperately want them to. And honestly, I feel that's far more scarier than any ghost because when the movie ends, right, the ghost doesn't stay inside the television. That thought stays with you. And that's the true horror. Not a scream, not a chase scene, and not a monster. Just a weight that never went away. So that
Yeah,
was.
so yeah, in today's both the cases, I think something that is like connecting to two different movies coming from two different lands they have been shot on and stories.
Yes.
First thing I would say, they are not the typical horror that when people I am going to watch a
Hmm.
horror movie.
Yes.
That it's not like that. It's
Hmm.
very different.
Yes.
The dark, the
Hmm.
negative part is ingrained in brain. They are not just cinematically throwing up demons and
Exactly.
monsters like,
Yes.
yeah, the bad is coming. It's not like
Correct.
that. And the fact is, they both are based on the stories that happened past. Maybe
Mm-hmm.
in Incantation, the
Mm-hmm.
friends thing, whole thing past. Here in
Mm-hmm.
Shutter also, the crime was committed way before the
Mm-hmm.
timeline of the story.
Exactly.
So things might stack up and stack on, and
Mm.
the consequences might come later on. It
Correct.
makes you scared because it is real. You
Mm.
don't know what will happen for what you have done or what
Mm-hmm.
can happen in any ways. It's scary.
And one more thing, like, I really always follow this, like, particular line that I truly believe in. Like, a devil or a evil is someone that is never always born. You create them. The reason why both, like, the supernatural forces were there is because they had been through that much. So, one thought I think so, our audience can always take is that every action that you do has a consequence in itself. See, we over here we can discuss the stories and we can give you a feedback. But for the character at that moment, at that point of time, we have gone through so much, and like I said, it is not created. They're not born that way. Because of what has happened with them, it has become in this at the end of the day. But yes, quite deep talks. But last but not the least, please remember in conclusion, this preceding segment is presented strictly for entertainment purposes as an artistic and psychological study rather than an assertion of factual reality.
This production holds no legal rights to public domain, legends explode, and operates with absolute neutrality. We intend no malice, disrespect, or reputational damage to any person, employer, or community anywhere in the world.
So, guys, in the end, from timeless tales to the science we seek,
Unroll the syllabus of secrets every week.
thank you
And by
so
the
much.
way, yeah, we would like to thank you because this is the first time we are doing both audio and video. We
Hmm.
both were like, what to do?
Hmm.
It is going to be fine or not? But
Yes,
let's see how the results will turn out. And
yes,
please don't forget to hit follow to make sure our
yes.
next conversation lands right in your feeds.
Yes, very true. You can follow us on our Insta page that is at Syllabus of Secrets, and you can hit up the follow button. Until then, bye bye.
Bye bye.